Good morning from day 8, Sunday, September 4th. You can see our bear bins, our tent, and way in the back the lake. It's around 7:30. The sun hasn't hit here yet, so it's a nice cool morning. Pretty quiet. We did hear, both of us in the middle of the night, a couple of big rocks fall. I don't know if an animal caused it or if it's just natural rock fall. There's like a huge rock wall going along the left side of the lake and the trail, and it could just have been rocks falling, or it could have been an animal, a big animal like a moose or something triggering. But you can see the sun starting to hit the side of the mountains over here. So Sarah is half awake, half asleep, stretching, so keeping a little quiet, but more just keeping quiet in case any animals happen to roll by. So just having a cup of coffee and enjoying the early quiet morning. Good morning from day 8, Sunday of Labor Day weekend. It's around 8:30 in the morning, just having some coffee, a little breakfast. I'm about to head out, basically due south to gain more elevation and hopefully make it to lake reflection, and then parts unknown after that. Sarah's gonna hang out here, probably stroll around East Lake. We had this site all to ourselves last night. We did hear a rock fall and like tree breaking last night. Not sure if that was just a natural rock slide or if an animal caused it, but really haven't seen anything wildlife yet.
Other than birds.
Yeah, I saw a huge bluish purplish bird fly over the lake this morning. The wingspan was huge, even bigger than that bald eagle we saw on Glacier. We couldn't think of, the only thing we could come up with maybe a condor.
I don't know what color they are.
Yeah, it was huge. And
I just know they're huge.
so, because I could see it all the way from our tent, and the lake is a ways out. It just stood out. But it's nice and cool and comfortable. The sun hasn't hit our site yet. So, just going to finish up this little bit of coffee and then start heading out and see. We're not even sure if there's going to be a trail to lake reflection or if it kind of ends at the end of East Lake. So, brand new territory to explore, which is kind of cool. And this site, we both agree, we liked Lake Charlotte, which is where we have stayed before instead of staying here. But this was definitely worth the climb and coming here. It's a little more remote, and at least it was last night. So definitely enjoying this little spot in the Sierras. What's up? We're at the other side of East Lake, and there's another hardened campsite area here, which is kind of cool. This bear box actually works, has the clips, so good to know if you're headed out here. Definitely a few nice sights here, and we're just gonna continue. Looks like, at least for right now, there's still a trail to Reflection Lake, so that's cool. And we're gonna keep on heading up. So we're about halfway up to Lake Reflection, and we've kind of hit this cool ledge system in the middle of the woods. We've been following the feeder stream from Lake Reflection down to East Lake, kind of to the left of it as we head up. And we were lucky enough to be in the shade for most of this climb, but now the sun is coming strong. But yeah, really cool up here. Mostly a trail you can follow. There are some cairns for spots, so I wouldn't say it's a well-established trail, but it's definitely a trail, so it's pretty cool.
So it's about 10 o'clock, and I just thought I'd give you an update. Brian just radioed saying he's at Lake Reflection, and I just got out of the tent. When he left, I got back in because there was no sun at our campsite yet, and I was kind of chilly, so I huddled in my sleeping bag for a little bit, but the sun's finally here. I just moved our bear bins into the shade, And so now I'm gonna go for a little walk around the lake, check it out, and then I'll settle in and probably do a little knitting and listen to some podcasts. So I'll check in later.
So we've made it to the northern shore of Lake Reflection. We're at 10,000 feet. With the lighting here, I'll probably have to turn our camera around and give you a really good view of the lake. But yeah, it's really spectacular up here. So looks like you can even cross to the shore on the other side from all these down trees that are kind of making a walkway. So we'll do a little bit of exploring here and see if we're gonna do anything else or just take a break here, have a little breakfast, and then go from there. So like a lot of lakes we've seen this summer, you can see why they call it Reflection Lake. Really reflects the mountain range and the water, which is cool. Lake Reflection. What's up, guys? Day 8, Sunday. So we're totally off trail now. We've kind of made our way up, scrambled up 300 feet, 400 feet above Lake Reflection down there. And we're in this cool bowl now. There's 2 passes up here. Lucy's, I think, foot pass and Miley's foot pass. So I noticed that there's a lake, an unnamed lake, heading, I think, towards Lucy's foot pass this way. So we're gonna head that way for a while and check it out. Now, very interesting, there was one tiny little rock cairn up here, 2 stones, and I'm thinking continues that way, which is, I think, Miley's foot pass. But I'm more inclined to check out this unnamed lake and see, and then see what Lucy's foot path looks like. I mean, the actual path would be another almost 2,000 feet of climbing from here. So that's probably not happening today. But I definitely do want to check out this lake if I can get to it. And then I can take a new line down from that lake down to the use trail I was using, or I'll just come back here and carefully descend those 300-400 feet back down to the use trail here. But first, let's do a little exploring up here. So the topo map does show a tiny little, I'd call it a pond, above Lake Reflection, and there it is. Actually has water. Wow. Just up here in the middle of nowhere. So big rock piles surrounding us. Looks like there's a more substantial lake that feeds into East Creek, which feeds into East Lake where we're staying. So we'll see if we can maybe get a line on that and check that out. So we're going to traverse this little pond and then maybe try and pick a line up there if we can, because there's a lake probably over that shelf and we would like to go check that out if we can. So we've been traversing across this exposed rocky boulder field, and we're getting close to some trees over there, and there's going to be a stream there somewhere, and that stream is being fed by a lake up here somewhere, over there somewhere, and we're hoping to maybe find a not so steep bouldery line to go check it out. Stay tuned.
So I was this morning, right after I got up from my little cozy tent time, I tried to go up the trail, but I really didn't want to put my shoes on. I just wanted to wear my Crocs. So it was getting a little rough. So I turned around and came back to camp. I had a snack. I did a little knitting. So now I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll see if I can go in the lake to the other side of the lake. Like at Helen Lake, you could walk along the shore for a while when you're in Glacier. But I thought the trail goes along the left side of the lake. So I thought, oh, I'll try to go around the right side of the lake. The challenge is, if you can see behind me, there's this like massive log jam that I just, in my Crocs, don't feel comfortable getting across. And the water is like too deep to walk in front of it. So I'm gonna head back. I just have to go back a little bit. And I might try walking along the left side of the lake in my Crocs and see how far I can get. So I don't know why I don't really want to put my shoes on, but it's just nice to have my feet have a break in my Crocs. So we'll see what happens. Worst case, later on today, I just put my shoes on and go for a little walk. It's not far, but we'll see how far I get in my Crocs along the left side of the lake. I'll keep you updated.
What's up, guys? So we just popped up at around 10,600 feet, and there's East Lake where we're camped, and we're down at the end of it. So pretty cool. We're getting a view of the lake that I'm camped at with Sarah. So there's still another lake up here, and we're trying to get to it. We'll see if we can do it.
I just got to the far side of the lake. I ended up taking the trail with my Crocs on. It wasn't as bad as I expected because I had my trekking poles. So I'm at the other side. There's a nice big campsite here. I think ours is better because there's more shade. But this is the campsite where if you had stock with you, you would stay here. There was this sign I think Brian showed you yesterday, so there must be areas for them to graze just beyond this. But let's check out the bear bin. I'll see if there's anything in it, and then I'll go down by the edge of the lake and we'll get some photos there. So the bear bin was empty, which is always great. You don't want it full of stuff because people should pack out their stuff, leave no trace. And unlike the one near our campsite, this one has working clips, so this bear bin can be used. And you see how it's chained to the tree, so you can't move it, or the bear can't like move it if it were to investigate it. So I made it down to the water. There's some pretty thick trees growing up along the ledge, so I had to kind of find the herd path. But we are camped. Brian and I are camped. There's a boulder there, and that's right behind that big boulder is where our tent is. But it's just gorgeous here. And then there's a little river here, and it looks like there's probably another campsite up over those trees as well. So lots of camping around here, but thankfully so far we're the only ones here.
So we've been traversing this boulder field for a while. We've lost East Lake, but I think right over this rocky shelf is where our lake's going to be hidden in this bowl. And actually, I think that pass is, which is right there, I think along that edge there and then up and over, I think that's definitely doable. I'll have to look at I think that's Lucy's foot pass. So, pretty cool. Let's see if we can get to this lake. I think we're close, 1,000 feet or so. What's up, guys? We found it. We're at 10,800 feet. We traversed up from Lake Reflection along a little pond, big boulder field. We kind of picked a line and we made it to the lake. And from up here, you probably can't see it from the video, but I can see a hardened, looks like a campsite down there, which is super cool. And I definitely think there's a pass over here to the right that looks like it goes. We're not going to do that today, but man, oh man, what a find up here, huh? So we're gonna head on down to the shoreline, and then hopefully we can take a line from the stream that this lake feeds downhill back to our trail that is following East Creek. Hopefully that won't be too complicated. We shall see. So carefully made my way down the boulder field up there, down to the lakeshore, and I've absolutely found 2 hardened campsites. I mean, they may not have gotten any use recently, but they're here. So that's very, very intriguing to me. The lake's not named, just the elevation. So I'm wondering if there's a herd path from that trail up Lake Reflection to here. So I'm gonna find the feeder stream, follow that down. Hopefully I can make my way down it. And maybe find a cool herd path as well. You definitely have to be in the know to find this place, but man, what an awesome place to camp this would be. A little more elevation to gain from East Lake, but the seclusion, man, totally worth it. There was a nice breeze coming in the bowl there. You could probably make your way up one of those passes and just check it out. Definitely something to keep in the back pocket for next time, especially since I doubt Sarah and I will do the Ray Lakes Loop again. We've kind of played that one out, I think, at least for a while, but I would not mind incorporating coming back up here and camping up here. So that's where we're at. Actually, I can start hearing the stream, so I'm gonna go check that out and start making my way back down to camp. I've been able to get in radio contact with Sarah, give her updates so she knows where I was headed, where I've been, and we'll try and give you one shot here from the other angle of the lake and the bowl we're in, and then start making our way down. Our lake, and pretty sure we can, if we had more time and more energy, we could take that chute up the pass there and see the other side. Definitely put that in the memory bank for another visit. But man, just gorgeous up here, huh? So we have started our descent from the unknown lake, unnamed lake. It's not unknown, and have not found a herd path yet, so we're basically staying to the left of the feeder stream coming down from the lake, and took some herd path, same path through like the bramble, but now have a nice little open grassy section we'll stay with as long as we can. Kind of trying to stay in the open area, avoid the boulders, and just lose some elevation. Looking at the topo map, it doesn't look like this is going to be too bad, but you never know until you do it. So we're still exploring the Sierras. Okay, so I've been making my way down from that unnamed lake, following first the left side of the stream, then the right side of the stream. And the last, I don't know, 500-600 feet felt like, this could be an old trail maybe, or a used trail. And then what do I find but a little rock cairn? So at some point back in the day, there must have been a trail to that lake. It's certainly not well worn now. It looks like I'm already losing it. I just know I got to keep going down and reconnect with the other trail that's going to take me back down the East Lake. So very interesting though. I had suspicions that those hardened sites got used back in the day, and that little cairn kind of confirms my suspicions. So you never know what you're going to find out here in the wilderness, right? Nothing on the map about, once again, you can look at an old topo map, but really got to find like some old books on Google Books or something and see if they describe a hike up to that lake. That's how I found other hikes in the Whites for trails that are no longer around. So that's where we're at. We're probably a quarter mile from the trail. So we're just gonna keep on heading down, staying near the creek or stream, and reconnect with the trail, and hopefully the terrain won't be too bad. So we're still in the middle of our bushwhack. We're starting to lose some serious elevation coming down these rocky hills. And you can see the open rock ledges down there. And our trail is down there. So we're about 500, 600 feet away from rejoining the trail, but we've got to get down all this nasty stuff first. Just got to really pick your steps carefully, make sure you're not going on a loose rock or boulder, because that'll take you for a ride and that won't be fun. So yeah, really, really cool to do a little kind of loop around here. Saw a couple cairns, signs of humans being up there. No really significant animal signs. No signs of fresh scat or fresh tracks. But super cool to check out. I'm looking forward now to going back for some cheese and pepperoni and putting a beer or two in the East Creek to cool down. It's really a gorgeous day. And in the shade, I imagine it's going to be really nice.